Well, the MLB trade deadline season has definitely begun as we've had a few trades already, but today we got a pretty big one as the New York Yankees acquire Joey Gallo. No, this is not Joey Gallo, the lawyer for my cousin Vinny, but this is a very talented outfielder that the New York Yankees acquired. In this video, I'm going to talk about the Joey Gallo acquisition, what it means for the Yankees, what it means for the Rangers, and what it means for the rest of MLB, because this is a player that multiple teams were interested in, including the San Diego Padres. If you like this video talking about non-Met stuff, other baseball moves, other baseball teams, best way to let me know is by leaving a like. Comment down below, what are your thoughts on this Joey Gallo to the New York Yankees trade? What do you think of this fit for the Yankees, and what other trades do you think are going to happen during this MLB trade deadline? And if you're new here or you want to help me out, you definitely could subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. It's a nice gesture to do, and even if not you could tell someone else to do it. Always is appreciated. So let's talk about Joey Gallo. He's a big-time power hitter. He has 25 home runs this year. He was in the home run derby. He is not a guy that hits wall scraper home runs. I mean, Joey Gallo has extreme power. I mean, when he hits it, it is way gone. And he's going to be a really interesting fit in Yankee Stadium because he is left-handed. The Yankees finally made a move for a left-handed bat. For years, we've been saying two right-handed, two right-handed. The whole team is right-handed. You play in Yankee Stadium, you have that short right field porch. You need a lefty. You need a lefty. Finally, the Yankees get a big power-hitting lefty in Joey Gallo. The only problem is that when we say the Yankees are too right-handed, we also say the Yankees strike out too much. And Joey Gallo, he does tend to fall under that category as he is someone that strikes out a lot. As when it comes to strikeout rate, he is in the 3rd percentile. He is going to fit in with striking out a lot, but he is left-handed. The other thing that Joey Gallo does really well is his defense. And for the Yankees, I imagine he's going to play center field, and you want to keep Aaron Judge in the corner. Giancarlo Stanton probably is still going to DH, but the Yankees did need to make a move for a center fielder because you have Brett Gardner out there, and nothing against Brett Gardner, but he's getting up there in age now. He really shouldn't be your everyday center fielder. Joey Gallo has won a Gold Glove in right field, and we look at his baseball savant page, and you look at his outs above average being in the 95th percentile, and his outfielder jump in the 91st percentile. I mean, that gives you an idea of just how good of an outfielder Joey Gallo is, and baseball savant doesn't show this, but he has an extremely strong arm, maybe one of the strongest in all of baseball from the outfield. Gallo also has some versatility because not only does he play all over the outfield, but he could play the corner infield positions, which he most likely is not going to on this Yankees team. Center field does seem like the fit for him. The names that are going to Texas in return have trickled in. I mean, some people are saying certain prospects, other people are saying different prospects, but the consensus is that the Yankees gave up their number 14, 15, 17, 23, and 28th prospects. So you didn't give up anybody in the top 13 or better yet the top 10. So the fact that the New York Yankees were able to acquire somebody of Joey Gallo's talent and not give up a top 10 prospect or a player that was already on the team that was providing really good value for them is a very solid move for the Yankees. The other good thing about Joey Gallo is that he is under team control through next year, and he isn't making a ton of money this year, so the Yankees are still under the luxury tax threshold. Now, if I was in charge of the New York Yankees, if I was in Brian Cashman's shoes, Joey Gallo would have not been the first guy I would have went after. Trevor Story is the better fit, in my personal opinion, when watching the Yankees, because one of the main problems I see with them is the defense at shortstop, where Gleyber Torres, it should not be a shortstop. He is a traditional second baseman, and he has made a lot of errors late in games that have cost the Yankees. It almost cost them a game against the Phillies, and then it definitely contributed to one of their losses against the Red Sox over the weekend. Trevor Story would also provide some speed to this Yankees team, which they definitely could use. Joey Gallo has pretty good speed as well, but he's most likely not going to steal bases for you. Trevor Story doesn't strike out nearly as much as Joey Gallo or plenty of the other Yankees on this team, and he's on last year of his deal, so he shouldn't cost any top 5 prospects. But who knows? Maybe the Yankees surprise us and go for another big trade and maybe do get a Trevor Story, or maybe look at a Max Scherzer or something crazy, because they are the Yankees, and there's a ton of pressure on them. When you have Giancarlo Stanton and Garrett Cole both making over $300 million, and your team right now is on the outside looking in, don't have a playoff spot right now, that is a very bad sign for the New York Yankees. The Oakland Athletics, the team they're trailing, have already made 2 moves. One, getting Andrew Chafin. The Athletics really need another arm in the bullpen, and he provides that. And then the Athletics made a big move getting Starling Marte, another guy that was on the Yankees' radar, to play center field. So since they didn't get Marte, they got Gallo instead. But the Athletics are not giving up either. So it's going to be a fight between the two of them. The Yankees have the better team on paper, but Oakland always seems to find a way to sneak into a wild card spot. The other issue that the Yankees have had has been blowing games late, whether it's Aroldis Chapman or Zach Britton or Chad Green or Kirksey or Loizaga or whoever it is. The Yankees have struggled in that area. Will they add some bullpen arms? They traded away Luis Cessa and Justin Wilson the other day. They brought in Clay Holmes. So the full Yankees plan has not been fully revealed, and they still have a couple of days before the trade deadline. So I imagine they will do a couple other moves, or maybe just one more big one. All in all, when you get a player of Joey Gallo's caliber, you don't give up any top 10 prospect or a meaningful player that you're using right now, to me, that's an automatic win. This definitely will help the Yankees, but I do think that they need a little bit more if they want to finally get to the World Series. My concern is that when you are in the playoffs and you're going up against a really good pitching staff, if Joey Gallo is striking out along with Judge and Stanton and Gary Sanchez and these other guys, it isn't really going to help so much because Gallo does strike out a lot, but he also does walk a lot. He has on base percentage close to 400. He's in the 100th percentile in walk percentage, so that's something that he does do. He does draw you a few walks, but if the guys behind him are striking out, it won't help you that much. But most importantly, it's definitely will be a big improvement for the Yankees, and I'm curious to see what he could do. I would have loved him on the Mets maybe next year when they have a DH, but definitely a nice job by the Yankees. So until the next one, be safe, be smart, be healthy. Be on the lookout for other videos if there are other big trades made. I have a trade deadline predictions video that I recorded, but been having a tough time getting my editing software to work, so hopefully that'll be out sometime soon. Mets Weekly on Thursday, trade deadline live stream on Fridays. Definitely stay tuned for all that. And until the next one, be safe, be smart, be healthy, and have a good one, everybody.